Coming this weekend, we are expecting the LPG to go down by about 4-5%.
Also, government to receive $20 million from the World Bank to fund startups under the digitalization agenda.
Innovation Hub is also being supported by the World Bank currently, and they've helped over 30 companies, new startup companies, establish and are working quite well. So it's ongoing. We're hoping to scale it up in the Ghana Digital Acceleration Project with about $20 million support for startups.
Also, Ghana secures 3 billion cedis as revenue from export of crude oil since 2011. And we have all these stories coming shortly. I'm Charles Aite. To stay with us. Tonight, liquefied petroleum gas LPG will be going down by 4% this weekend. That's according to the Vice President of the LPG Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi. The move is believed to come as a big boost to consumers of the commodity that has seen, they continue to see a continuous decline in recent months.
Coming this weekend, we are expecting the LPG to go down by about 4-5%.
Does it come as good news after all? And I mean, will that particular call for a review of your earlier forecast that consumption of LPG will drop significantly if the prices continue to rise, stop?
Obviously, any reduction in the price of LPG is good news for us and good news for our consumers and good news for Ghana. But when you look at the first 6 months of the year, consumption of LPG has dropped by about 11%. And earlier on, we predicted that the way prices were going, if nothing is done to bring prices down, by the end of the year, we were projecting about 20% reduction in consumption of LPG. But it's good that we've seen some reduction over the past month or so. If this reduction continues, then we are likely to see, definitely there will be a decrease in consumption. As I did indicate, we've already done about 11% dip in consumption if you compare the first 6 months of this year to the first 6 months of last year. So we can only hope and pray that the price of LPG will continue to drop so that it will positively affect consumption.
A research analyst at the Institute of Energy Security, Fritz Moses, has attributed the expected reduction of fuel prices to the current happenings on the international market. According to him, the reduction will last till the first half of August this year. He was speaking earlier on the marketplace.
Right, so yes, we're also seeing some reductions at the various pumps for both petrol and diesel. Of course, the large amounts of reduction we are seeing will come from the petrol side. We expect to see that petrol will reduce by close to some 10% on its current price. And diesel, somewhere around 5% should be the figure. But of course, the understanding we are seeing, or the figures we are getting from the international market and the local CD dollar rates, is what is precipitating this increases or this reduction in the various prices. On the international markets, we saw gasoline, that's petrol prices, drop by some close to 15%. Diesel prices still dropped around 7%. Unfortunately, however, for our CD exchange rate against the US dollar, we saw a depreciation of the CD again by some 2.2% from the mid-July to the end of July, somewhere yesterday. And so these are the two factors that are causing the expected reductions in the various prices at the various pumps. Fortunately, like the way the pricing window exists, we are seeing that these price reductions would last are still there So the first half of August next month. And of course, should the current situation that we are seeing on the international markets where prices are dropping, in the pricing window, largely we saw prices drop for oil around $99 per barrel, touching briefly around $106, $107, and then falling back again to around $101 at the end of the pricing window per barrel mark. If the trend should continue to see prices fall, unfortunately it hasn't. As of today, prices were hovering around $108 per barrel. We expect that going forward into next week, we may see price falls continues. If that should be the case, then it means that we may see a protracted period of reduced prices at the various pumps.
Ghana has secured a little over $8 billion as revenue since it started exporting crude in 2011. This was captured in the semi-annual petrol funds report released by the Bank of Ghana, of which George Riafi has more in this report.
The $8 billion is Ghana's share of crude since the country started exporting oil in commercial quantities. This doesn't capture the profits and revenue of other private exploration firms on Ghana's oil area. But how has the money been spent based on Ghana's petroleum accounts in the Federal Reserve in New York, USA? A little over $3 billion had been advanced to government to support projects and initiatives in the budget over the years. $2.4 billion has been taken up by the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation to finance its exploration activities and other commitments on the oil area. The petroleum law requires that a fraction of the country's earnings should be set aside for future generations and support the budget in crisis times. So, the Heritage Fund, which should be for future generations, has about $770 million in its account, which includes interest earnings as well, while $1.8 billion has been advanced toward the Stabilization Fund. The report also showed that Ghana's oil shipments since 2011 to June this year stood at 56 million barrels, valued at $6.5 billion.
Let's now talk digitalization because the sector minister Ursula Osu-Akufo has revealed that the Ghana Digital Center will in the coming months be expanded through a $30 million equity funding. Speaking at the 5th anniversary of the center, the sector minister told journalists that the move is to expand the capacity of Ghana's digital economy.
Working with MTN and the World Bank to expand the facilities in the Accra Digital Center and build a state-of-the-art structure in commemoration of MTN's 25th anniversary to help deal with the space challenges that we're currently having at the Accra Digital Center, and then to operationalize, renovate, equip and operationalize the regional innovation centers to create opportunities for young people in other parts of the country to also get the skills that they need, the training, the support, the incubation, the support that they need to also grow their own little businesses into small, medium-scale enterprises that can also employ others in this tech ecosystem. Innovation Hub is also being supported by the World Bank currently, and they've helped over 30 companies, new startup companies, establish and are working quite well. So it's ongoing. We're hoping to scale it up in the Ghana Digital Acceleration Project with about $20 million support for startups, working with the Venture Capital Fund, the Ghana Employment Agency, and other companies and institutions in the sector. So based on the results that we've got from this support that we've given to the technology, the Tech Hub and the Inno Hub, the Mobile Lab and the Innovation Hub, we're hoping to scale it up in the Ghana Digital Acceleration Project, which is going to give us another $200 million for a whole range of other things.
Some selected farmers in parts of the country have received support in enhancing their operations on the production of ginger and fish farming. The move is aimed at ensuring a sustainable production of these food commodities and to keep the players in the business. Project lead for the program, which is partly sponsored by the European Union and the Ministry of Finance, Mary Tobin Osei, disclosed to journalists that the initiative has increased employment for beneficiaries in the last 2 years. She was speaking at a media workshop on civil society organizations in research innovation for sustainable development. Here's more in this report.
The Civil Society Organizations in Research Innovation for Sustainable Development initiative aims at reducing poverty in rural areas as well as promoting sustainable forms of business. It has been able to support beneficiaries to scale up production capacity and employ more people. Project lead for the initiative, Mary Tobinose, spoke to Joy Business after a media workshop on the impact of the project so far.
It's an EU-funded project in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, and the main focus is to reduce poverty. And by reducing poverty, we are focusing on sustainable livelihoods. We are looking at promoting access to social protection. And we are also looking at promoting employment, actually creating jobs, and also influencing decent jobs in Ghana. So that was the main focus of the Cso Rights project.
Speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, Schedule Officer for the project at the Ministry, Mercy Akuye Ashong, hinted that government has been a part of the program in order to ensure its success.
The monitoring and evaluation of this entire workshop. So just to give you a breakdown, the Cso Rights program is made up of two modalities. One is a direct management by the EU, who manages the grants, and then the other one is the indirect, which is being managed by us. So the grantees are being responsive to the EU delegation, but in as much as they are reporting directly to them, the Ministry of Finance plays a supervisory role on whatever they are doing. So as the grantees are implementing, we go around to ensure that whatever they are implementing is in line with government policies. So in doing that, the technical assistance team helps us to ensure that whatever they are implementing has not deviated from the norm or from what government wants to be seen in the country.
The total grant for the project is about 9 million euros for a 5-year period.
Now, young people in agribusiness have been urged to harness the potential of using their smartphones to research into their field of high productivity. The Achimpin Hine of Joabin, or Hineba Yao Sapon Siribo, who is the national best farmer, believes the phones are tools that can be used to create self-employment in the agribusiness value chain. He was speaking at the Youth in Agribusiness Festival in the Ashanti region, organized by the John Agyekum Foundation, John Agyekum Kufuor Foundation. We have more in this report.
The 2019 Best Farmer expressed displeasure on the abuse of smartphones by the youth. Ohineba Yao Sapon Siribo wants young people to equip themselves with the requisite knowledge and skills to succeed in agribusiness. He also advised graduates to venture into the agricultural sector.
I hereby want to encourage the youth that agriculture is a business, a profit-making business, not a non-profit-making business. Equip yourself with the requisite knowledge to begin right and stay on track. You can acquire more knowledge on your area of agriculture at the press of the button. Please take time off social platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, and the ultimate TikTok, and research into your area of agriculture with your smartphones.
The Youth in Agribusiness Festival, an initiative by the John Agyekum Kufuor Foundation, seeks to showcase the outstanding performance of young people within the agribusiness sector. The festival provides a platform for young agribusiness practitioners between the ages of 18 to 35 to learn and network for the development of the agricultural value chain. Convener of the festival, Jeffrey Ajimandua, says the initiative was inspired by the need to motivate the youth to accept agriculture and its commercial business viability.
Agriculture has gone beyond just farming. It is now a business. And there's a business within the value chain, from production to marketing to transportation and what have you. And this is the opportunity that we want to present to young people. We believe that modernizing agriculture starts from young people, because young people have the ideas, they are able to adapt to new concepts, they are more innovative and more sophisticated.
The 3-day festival was on the theme Youth in Agribusiness in Ghana, the story so far and the way forward. CEO of the John Ejekum Kufuor Foundation, Professor Balfour Ajimandria, revealed the festival will be organized annually for young agribusiness entrepreneurs.
This is the first time we are having a festival for young entrepreneurs in the country. Our intention is to make it an annual event. It's part of the vision of the former president, who believes strongly that it's the young people of this country who can change our circumstances.
Some agribusiness entrepreneurs who exhibited their wares shared their challenges with Love Business.
I'm a midwife, but after completion, finding a job is something we find it a bit difficult. So I find doing the agribusiness.
Yeah, our biggest challenge is the access to markets, especially when you bring a new product out.
Anita Sewajuge's report, read to you.
Now, business owners have been entreated to develop a strong business plan and models to attract investors. According to a financial advisor at Deloitte Ghana, Dennis Brown, a transparent, replicable business model that is scalable is essential. He emphasizes that financial and market issues are very vital areas investors prioritize. He was speaking on the masterclass.
Yeah, I'll say that there's money out there to the extent that there are people that are into the business of providing capital. There is money out there. The difference is that in and around this time, your business plan and business model will really be tested, right? It's a post-COVID recovery thing. Everybody's going through it. It's been very challenging. The economy appears to be, suffering as well. So providers of capital will be very much interested in seeing that all these things have been factored into your business plan, and that what you have in there is not a set of fanciful ideas, because everyone is going through, and so everyone is aware that businesses, going forward, are going to have to feel the crunch a bit. So if you look at your business plan and you seem to be on an island on your own in a very nice place, expecting that you'll be doubling revenue every year, that obviously will be questioned and will be scrutinized, and chances are investors will not take you serious if you haven't taken time to take these conditions into account. You haven't taken time to factor them into your business plan. That is what will make it difficult for you to access capital. But capital is there. Private equity firms are still raising funds, and some of them are sitting on large funds, except that before they invest, before they jump, they will look and listen and probably even fail as well, before they do that. So the scrutiny will be far more around this time.
20 Ghana-based technology innovators are set to contest for an opportunity to design a centralized database system for entrepreneurs in Ghana. These participants from 5 zones across the country are expected to develop a platform which captures the details of startup businesses and entrepreneurs across the country. The platform will also allow investors to easily access startups for investment. There is more in this report.
Startups and innovation hubs are essential in driving a country's economy through the creation of jobs. However, data in this space is set to be fragmented. Most countries in the West African sub-region, including Ghana, lack a centralized database of innovators, entrepreneurs, and innovative spaces. Ghana Hubs Network is in a quest to build an inclusive database system for innovative spaces in the sub-region through a nationwide contest. Programs Manager of Ghana Hubs Network, Simon Asari, says the centralized system provides uniformity of startups to ease accessibility for investors.
We needed 20 developers to come together to share ideas to build an inclusive database that would give us the necessary data on innovators, entrepreneurs, and the innovative spaces that are part of the Ghana Hubs Network to inform on policy and also to help us in programming. We have the best developers from these regions, and they've all had enough time to build upon the prototypes that help them to win at their zones. So they are here today to help us select the best. Then from that, we build a team to further develop and deploy the system across. And the best team would be employed. So this is a form of employment to also these developers that we have within space. They will be employed to not only deploy the system, but also to maintain the system.
20 developers from 5 zones across the country are meeting in the Ashanti region to battle out for the opportunity. Some participants are poised their designs would win them the opportunity.
Myself and my team, we've been putting things together, setting all collaborative platforms and environments to work, and also putting together the needed skills, features and components to make sure we have the best products to win the competition.
Actually, I've been able to get in touch and network with amazing developers and learn a whole lot. You know, I'm a front-end and brand designer, but being able to see all these amazing developers has really given me a perspective. Oh, very prepared. Very prepared, 100%. We're going to shock the stakeholders, make them proud.
For Joy News, Emmanuel Bright Kweku reporting.
Now, the Bank of Ghana has held a financial literacy workshop for immigration officers in the northern region. The aim of the workshop is to close the knowledge gap between the officers as customers and the financial institutions they deal with in order to make informed choices. Here's more.
The officers drawn across the region were taken through knowing their rights and responsibilities as financial customers, complaint resolution procedure, and the culture of AML compliance. Speaking to the media, the head of Conduct Supervision Unit, Augustine Donko, said the training would help the officers make informed decisions which will protect their interests.
Bank of Ghana, as part of its mandate, organizes these public sensitization exercises to, close that knowledge gap that we have experienced on the part of customers. Those to enable them to take better decisions, to let them know which institutions to invest in, which ones not to invest in, when there are issues regarding their interactions with institutions, what to do to seek redress and stuff like that. So it is basically to increase knowledge, to make the customers or the consumers of financial products more informed, to be able to take better decisions which will protect their interests. Okay, so basically that is the reason why we do these sensitization exercises.
He said identity fraud was very prevalent and cautioned customers to guard jealously their financial details.
With respect to identity theft, as I indicated, it is one area where the fraudsters are always operating. It may even, by extension, include hacking. Okay, the fraudsters are able to hack people's internet emails, and then through that are able to issue instructions to the financial institutions to do these fraudulent transfers. That is one way they do it, and then they may also be able to steal the details of customers when customers unfortunately expose these critical details, account numbers, signatures, date of birth and stuff like that. And that is why we want to use the opportunity to encourage and advise customers of banks especially to be careful about how they expose their details. You go to the bank and you are giving out such details, signature, account number, date of birth, and stuff like that. Make sure you don't leave those documents when you are leaving the banking hall.
Welcoming participants to the training, the Northern Regional Manager of the Bank of Ghana, Mohammed Abdulaziz, said the knowledge will help build confidence in the country's banking sector.
We strongly believe that an in-depth understanding of banking and other financial-related issues will go a long way to enhance consumer confidence in Ghana's banking sector. I am once again grateful for your presence, Deputy Commissioner and your men. I wish to encourage all of you to contribute to the success of this program.
And that'll be it for Prime Business. I'm Charles Aite, but I'll leave you with international business news, after which we have Prime Sports with Oreko Ampofo. To stay with us.